Scroll through a business feed today, and you'll see the same anxiety repeated in a dozen different ways. AI killed the marketing industry. The narrative is that a piece of software woke up, decided to attack a multi-billion-dollar industry, and won. We've seen this reaction before. When the status quo cracks, we frame the technology as an external aggressor. We say the internet destroyed newspapers, or that streaming destroyed television. In those shifts, the technology didn't create the vulnerability, it exploited it. It accelerated the failure of systems that had already become repetitive or disconnected from the value they were supposed to provide. This 2026 data from Anthropic clarifies why. There is a direct correlation between a job's exposure to AI and its reliance on repetitive pattern matching. At its core, AI is a pattern recognition engine. It can only automate things that have already been reduced to a predictable, repeatable process. Which means if marketing feels vulnerable right now, we have to look at the syllabus we spent the last 15 years building for the machine. Marketing didn't become automatable overnight. It happened slowly, one best practice at a time, as the industry prioritized the mechanical over the messy. Over 15 years, four forces reshaped the work: performance marketing, endless social volume, agency budget squeezes, and brand safety. These pressures industrialized creativity. Campaigns followed a repeatable formula: an emotional 3-second hook, an aspirational montage, and a clean brand reveal. These templates were effective according to the metrics the industry chose. But because they were effective, they became the new standard, and standards are mathematically repeatable. By turning advertising into a paint-by-numbers exercise, we inadvertently taught the computer how to paint. We shouldn't be surprised that the machine learned the math. This standardization was reinforced from the inside through an obsession with internal validation. Shows like Cannes Lions celebrate craft, but they often reward work that follows specific, recognizable patterns of what award-winning looks like. Events like the Clios effectively created a massive dataset of high-quality marketing. This wasn't just a celebration of talent, it was a library of templates for the algorithm to study. Forbes calls the result of this convergence the sea of sameness. When every agency uses the same tools to optimize for the same algorithms, the output becomes identical. This explains why AI often produces work that feels generic. AI is trained on the sum total of the industry's output. If that output is built on tropes and visual cliches, average is exactly what the system will return. AI acts as a mirror. It reveals exactly where the industry set the bar, highlighting that much of what we called creative work was actually complex clerical work, arranging pre-approved ideas into pre-approved formats. Beyond the quality of the work, agencies are facing a total collapse in the cost of production. Bessemer Venture Partners highlights this as the primary structural threat to the traditional model. Historically, an agency's value rested on 3 pillars: ideation, production, and scale, making hundreds of versions for different markets. When production and scale are commoditized by AI, those pillars dissolve. The only asset remaining at a premium is human taste and judgment. AI cannot replace strategic intuition, seeing a gap in the market that doesn't exist in the data yet. It lacks cultural context, and it cannot take the risk of doing something that hasn't been proven by an algorithm. Finally, there is the issue of accountability. A CEO cannot haul a GPT model into a boardroom to explain why a campaign caused a PR nightmare. Humans are the only ones who can own the outcome. Marketing is moving from a profession based on the volume of execution to a profession based on the value of the decision. Agencies that sell making are in trouble. Those that sell deciding will become more valuable. If we want to survive this shift, we have to stop asking what the machine did and start asking what we stopped doing. We stopped taking risks and started trusting templates. The way forward is to do the one thing a machine cannot be taught: breaking the pattern.